Today in this class, we have discussed many things related to cGMP. cGMP means current good manufacturing practice. And also we have discussed something related to GLP. GLP means good laboratory practice. And also we have discussed something related to GDP. GDP means good documentation practice. Especially, my dear, all the freshers, because most of in this class, most of people are freshers, right? So I'm really telling you, all the freshers, if you want to work in pharmaceutical industry, you should know these rules and regulations, because the pharmaceutical industry works according to the rules and regulations. So if I see the most of freshers, they give the high priority to learn operating of HPLC, operating of GC, and operating of these analytical instruments. Yes, I do accept that. Definitely this operating part is very important. But I'm really telling you how you give the high priority to learn operating part. Same way, you should give the high priority to learn these rules and regulations. I'm really telling you. Because if you don't know these rules and regulations, you struggle a lot once if you step into the pharmaceutical industry. I'll give the generalized example to understand that why these rules and regulations are very important. I'll give the generalized example. You know that I always give the normal example to understand the concept is very easy. Let us assume that there is a one person. He knows how to drive the car. He can drive, very well, but he doesn't know the rules and regulations. Even though he doesn't know anything about the traffic rules and regulations. Just imagine that. I'm trying to explain that if someone don't know the rules and regulations, how it damages a lot. That I'm creating a small example, right? Let us assume that there is a one guy, there is a one person. He knows how to drive the car. He can drive a car very well, but he doesn't know the rules and regulations of traffic. Let us imagine that. Let us assume that. If you take a car, if he started to drive the car on the road, what will happen? Tell me. Even though he doesn't know if red signal happens, if red signal comes, he doesn't know he's supposed to stop the car. He doesn't know what will happen. Definitely, he's going to get some accident. If accident happens, who is going to lose? Only he? No. He definitely damages others also, right? Same way, I'm really telling you, if you don't know these rules and regulations, if you learn only operating of HPLC, operating of GC, and operating of these analytical instrument, if you don't know rules and regulations, definitely I'm really telling you, you are going to struggle a lot, and as well as due to your lack of this, lack of these rules and regulations, you're going to damage a lot to the pharmaceutical industry. I'm really telling you. So please kindly take it very much seriousness of before entering into pharmaceutical industry, you should know these all rules and regulations. I'll give this some technical example to understand better way the importance of these rules and regulations. Let us imagine that there is a one person. He can operate HPLC very well. He knows very well. He can operate all software. He can operate the all analytical instrument. Single day he can load 3-4 HPLCs also. But let us imagine that. Let us assume that that person doesn't know anything rules and regulations. He doesn't know the GLP rules and GDP rules. What will happen? I'll give a small example. Let us example that guy is loaded the HPLC. He performed the test without giving of logbook entry. You know that, we already discussed this point, right? Before operating of any instrument, we should give the logbook entry. But this guy, he doesn't know. He can operate the instrument, but he doesn't know rules and regulations. He performed the test without giving of logbook entry. You people may think that it's a small mistake. No, it's not a small mistake. I'm really telling you. Without giving of logbook entry, he performed the test. He posted the results. And unfortunately, the team leader also, he did not check, logbook entry. The QA guy also not checked. And the batch goes into the market. The batch went to the market. And after 1 month, if auditor comes into the quality control department, if he found that without giving of logbook entry, that guy is performed the test, who is going to lose? You know how it damages to the company? You people think that, sir, it's a small mistake. I'm not done any crime here. Only I forgot the logbook entry. Yes, that's the reason I'm saying that. You feel that it's a small mistake. but it damages a lot. The auditor cannot take it's a small mistake. It doesn't accept it. That becomes as a very serious point on the audit. He may cancel the marketing of the product in the particular country. Then due to small mistake, the company is going to lose crores of business. That's the reason I always says, my dear, all the freshers here. So Rainbow Pharma Triangle, what other people are coming here? I'm not focusing on only conducted training on only, operating part. I want to give the more knowledge related to the basic fundamentals, rules and regulations. Before using a logbook, before using of any instrument, you should give the logbook entry. That I discussed a lot of times. Hope you understand this point very well. So that's the reason I say that. For example, my dear friends, I'm really telling you, my dear freshers, I'm really telling you, as a human beings, we do the mistake. As a human beings, we do the mistake because we are not a God to learn everything. We are not a God to know everything. As a human beings, we forget many things. We do the mistake. Yes or no? Because we are not a God, right? But what I'm saying that if you forget to, give the any logbook entry, if you did some mistake in the pharmaceutical industry, don't hide it. Don't hide it. I'm really telling you. That's the reason I always say the one word. Mistake is not a crime. Try to understand. Mistake is not a crime. But if you hide that mistake, it's a more than the crime. I'm really telling you. The industry consider that you did more than the crime. I'm really telling you. So try to understand, my dear, all the freshers, how you give the high priority to learn operating of HPLC and GC and analytical instruments in Rainbow Pharma Training Lab. You try to understand, you try to acquire the more knowledge about these rules and regulations. You should know that if sample fails, what you have to do. You should know that if something happens incident, you should know that what you have to do. You should not take your own decision. The first step, if anything happens, the first step, you should tell to the team leader. You should not hide it, because if you hide that mistake, I'm really telling you, the company loses a lot of business with a small mistake. I'm really telling you. If you tell to the team leader maybe, definitely is called on you, definitely. But, it may not be damages because they go for some LIRs and they go for the investigation and corrective action and prevent action. There is a process for that. But if you hide that mistake, I'm really telling you, it damages a lot to the company. Okay. Hope you understand the importance of these rules and regulations, before in the pharmaceutical industry.